Like,
But,
look,
like,
I like how you said Kirkland brand, because it's like if we took all the ingredients
Of a
that made a
Keanu
Keanu Reeves, right, and just made a formula, it functions the same. It's
Okay.
just not like Nate Bread Sudafed.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody, we are live
Are you
for
drinking vodka straight from the
the
bottle?
beginning.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, I am. We're in the home stretch, and I'm about to get fucked up the rest of this.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
this
Okay.
is
I'll try to take
we're beginning the finale, the 2-part finale. So we got the incident part 1.
Is there a combined version of this the way that there was of the season 6 finale?
I don't know. I don't think so, because I think the season 6 finale had bonus material in it. So this one's split into 2, at least on Hulu.
I think I got it queued up. Yeah, the incident.
Yeah. So here we are. We're down to the last, hour and a half or so of our all-day marathon live stream. We're over 12 hours into it. This is our 13th hour, almost. So thank you guys for watching and for donating to the food bank. We've been able to raise a lot of good money today. And we're only about $100, $120 away from AJ getting a piercing if we hit that $500 goal before the end of tonight.
How much?
$120. If we get $120 in donations over the next 2 episodes, AJ will get something pierced.
Oh my god, we can totally do this.
Yeah, not live on the stream probably, but the next time you see him, we'll have a new piercing.
I just feel like this is doable, man.
We can post it to the What's Up With That Bro Instagram page.
Yeah, we'll take a video, put it on Instagram.
Yeah. So I will get a piercing if we do meet that goal.
So tell people to donate. Donate if you can.
Please donate.
You know somebody's got some money that can donate. You tell one person, and if they tell 120 people and they all donate $1, we'll hit it. So we can do it.
Wow.
I know we can do it.
I believe.
Yeah. So let's get started for episode 16, The Incident, part 1. We'll all hit play together in 3, 2, 1, go.
Action.
Also, I know that we thanked you for being on earlier, Anthony. I really want to point out that how important it is that you are here for the last leg of our adventure of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
We need you in the home stretch because you are one of our most energetic podcast friends. And we desperately need energy.
Oh, you guys run a fun. This is always like fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like it's very chill here.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things where, like, I'm actually kind of weird when it comes to like. I think like I have like weird psychological problems associated with like food and eating, right? And I noticed that like one of the things I do when I'm like bored is I eat, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and I think that's kind of one of the things that's like I think that really exciting about these sort of like things where it's just like sometimes I'll like lose track and I'll be like, man, I got all this like drinks and snackage and all these things prepared. I'm like completely untouched for 3 hours or something, So it's fun. I don't know. This is just a good idea in general, and the fact that it's like we have the opportunity to give money to the food bank, or at least have people support that, and I don't know. This is great. I think this is good.
I think about it. I didn't make my donation yet today, so we'll be closer than we think we are.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. Yeah, AJ, you're in trouble, dude, because I haven't made a donation yet. If David haven't made a donation yet, dude, if somebody gives a little tiny amount and like we just match that, it's over.
If we hit that goal, I'll be happily able to, knowing it's for charity, I'll be happy able to get that piercing. Holy shit. Under the nice suggestion of my wife, who was on the podcast earlier today.
Have you had a piercing before?
Never. I've never had a piercing.
Oh, I'm so scared for you. You know why? Needles make it like, don't they seem really dangerous?
I suppose in the wrong hands, but if it's somebody that's been working in an industry or within a business that's been available for like years and they have the experience, I would feel more confident
Yeah.
I don't know.
And with like certain areas that you could get pierced, you might not even have like a regular needle-ass needle. You might have like one of the guns.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what? True.
Yeah.
You know what I think about though, AJ, and see, this is maybe why I think the piercing thing. It's kind of good if like you and I were on a Fear Factor team, that you go ahead and take the piercing on this one, and I'll drive the car off the cliff, right?
I'll totally take it.
Yeah, because you know what it seems like? If somebody was coming at me with like a giant weapon, I'm like, oh, they're gonna just murder me, right? They're gonna just, and I'm gonna be dead. But like, if somebody was like, oh, I'm Dr. Needles, I'm like, oh no, he's gonna poke me and it's gonna hurt.
Have you always been averse to needles? Have you ever always been like a non-needles guy?
I've never had a situation where I was just like, you know what, all those needles did felt great. I don't know. It's like the
So
whole
no acupuncture for Anthony.
yeah, that seems like an oxymoron. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
just like, what?
I feel
You're
you.
gonna, I don't believe you.
Have you
No, I
donated
totally
blood
feel you.
before, Anthony?
Like, no, not for charity purposes. You know what? All those
You've sold plasma or something though?
no, because okay, so growing up, I'd do the finger one. I'd be like, oh, just prick my finger, right?
Oh, for like a blood test kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. For a blood test, like when you get a physical. And then
Mhm.
one day when I became an adult, I went to like a real doctor's office,
Yeah.
right? And they did
Yeah.
the thing where they rolled up my sleeve and
They put the rubber band around your arm.
yeah, and they poke it with the thing, then
They
your
heat it
blood
up with
starts going
teaspoon.
down a tube. You know what I'm talking about? You can see the blood flowing out of your body in a tube. And I was just like, oh boy. And then I'm not even kiddingly, this lady just starts going, whap, whap, whap. She's just like, sir, you need to stay awake. Whap, whap, whap.
Oh my
Sir,
God.
you need to stay awake
Wow.
for this. And she just starts like whacking me in the face. And I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay awake. And I was just trying to maintain consciousness. And, and I think that was the last time I had blood leave me
Wow.
voluntarily. You know?
Wait, do you remember around how old you were at the time?
Oh yeah, I was 27.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So that was probably over 10 years ago.
Well,
So-
one thing I can tell you for the next time that you are forced to have a blood test
Right.
is don't look.
Oh yeah, I can't watch
That
the
was a
needle go in.
mistake.
I can't do
Yeah,
that.
'cause
Oh,
like I used to donate blood all the time before
Yeah.
that time that I fainted,
Yeah.
and they stopped letting me donate
no.
blood.
They stopped letting you donate because you fainted?
Yeah,
That's fair.
Holy
I
shit.
It was just in one of the situations where I was like, why am I so cold? Why am I so
Why can't I feel my feet?
but yeah, I used to donate all the time, and then there was one time where like the little paper towel or whatever that they put over where the needle is in your arm
Right.
and the blood's coming out, it fell off, and then I looked down at it, I was like, huh, blood's moving kind of fast out of my,
Yeah.
and then I just passed out.
There's something about, I'm telling you, about the actual act of giving blood that's terrifying, because you know what, like I have been in situations where I've gotten into like some gnarly accident and I'm like bleeding out of my like knees or
Right.
elbow or something like that, and it's like, you know, it's not good, right? But I'm not like fainting because of it. I feel like I'm the guy in like Saving Private Ryan, who's like running around the beach and he sees his arm and he just grabs his arm and he starts running. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like in those moments I can kind of keep it together. But there was just something about like the doctor's office and sitting in that chair. I was just like, it's just. But I don't know. It's other
Yeah.
things don't scare me though. Like I can deal with heights.
Wait,
Come on,
so
I-
we. I hear
We
you.
got
Go ahead.
Liga. We got Liga
Yes.
on
Liga
the
dropped
couch.
back in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear me okay on this end. Does this sound like anything? No.
Yeah, I can hear
I'll
you.
switch back.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
us?
Okay.
We can
Can
hear
you
you
hear me
better. We can hear you better with
Okay.
it.
I
With
could
it
hear
on,
you
but-
earlier too.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right,
like
good.
watching the blood leave your body, and especially with like the large caliber needle that they use in order to donate.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, oh yeah, this is my brain shutting down now.
Yeah.
And I had been donating blood like every time they called me
Right.
for years at that point.
Wow. I don't know. I
That's
feel
okay.
like
You're okay.
I feel like okay, because I'm a wuss.
Right.
I'm not donating blood. All right, I get that. But I still want to help society. What can I do as my punishment? Like, what's the thing that if giving blood creeps you out, what's the thing that you have to do instead?
Oh, you can.
I don't know what that is. You should ask a gay man.
Yeah.
Like, that's right.
No,
That's
not,
one of the
not
things that
because
fails the
they're
test.
afraid or anything. They're just not allowed.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's one of the questions.
Yeah. Which is a shame that that's still a fucking question in 2020.
Yeah. That's crazy.
What are some kind of lifestyle? What happens? It's like, okay, I'm not gay, but you know what I really like is unprotected sex with people that are strangers.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, is that a question on there?
I don't think so.
I don't recall.
you know what I mean?
At the time I was giving blood, I was also not having sex with anyone. So
Yeah. Actually, there
it
might be a
wasn't an
question
important question to me.
if you use protection when you're.
Why do they have to go round about it?
Yeah.
Can't they just go, you got AIDS?
Like, hey,
Yeah.
do you got the
No,
HIV?
most people I think don't know.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're just
So that's
kinda-
what they test all
They're
that, right?
asking like for risk factors.
Yeah.
Yes, they do test.
I say, you know what? You just collect it all, and if it's like got something up with it, just put it aside
Yeah.
and be like, you know what? There's going to be a person with AIDS that gets into an accident, and they're going to need blood, so we can give them this AIDS blood.
I wonder
You
if
know
that
what?
would work.
Yeah,
I guess it
why
would,
isn't that a
probably.
thing?
Yo, right?
Yeah,
It's
what do
like-
we do when AIDS people get into accidents?
Yeah.
They get all the same blood as everyone else.
I
think
guess
we-
so.
Yeah, I would assume so.
We could have
Like
used that AIDS
I
blood.
don't want to say that it's wasted, but I mean, like
Wait.
AIDS should just be like an additional type of blood.
Yeah.
That's
My
what I'm saying.
question is all AIDS the same? Because like, are you gonna be giving somebody a different kind of AIDS than you got?
Oh, like worse AIDS. It's like, bro, your AIDS was
Your
a
AIDS is
Yeah.
full
'Cause, I mean,
blown
there's
AIDS.
HIV that becomes AIDS, right, or whatever. So like,
See,
there's
this is
stages.
just showing. Yeah, this is showing our biology lack of knowledge.
The fact that none of us are doctors.
We're like, we know that these diseases exist, but we have no
Yeah.
idea how they actually work.
And
How they
maybe,
function.
maybe even if there's no like worse AIDS, if all the different AIDS are equal, it's like, do
Yeah.
you really want two AIDS?
Yeah, you don't want
Yeah,
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is somebody going like, I'm sorry, you got the worst AIDS.
Yeah.
You had
You had
medium AIDS before, but after the transfusion,
I like how every conversation can
You
go back to
know,
The
like
Simpsons.
I know that you already had AIDS,
Yeah.
and I want you to know that like your AIDS didn't get worse or anything, but now you have 4 AIDS.
Because it's interesting, right? Because people have all sorts of different kind of blood. Like when they check your blood, do they tell you a quality? Like Chad, do you get quality reports?
I
Like
never
the
got
way-
quality reports. They would just tell me my type.
Oh,
Yeah.
because when you go to like the mechanic,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like right before they do the oil change, like not to do the oil change, but at the end they go, here's a little sample we took before your oil, how it looked. Look at see how dirty it is, and here's the sample of the oil we put in there. See the difference in color, right?
Yeah.
And
Do you do
they
that
don't, they don't give you,
when you're
they
on the
don't give you a
little,
quality report.
when you're in the blood bus or whatever? Like look around at everyone else's blood and see if it's like a brighter red than yours.
Yeah, because you know what people were super into, like Dr. Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's always checking poop. That's his favorite thing.
really? Wow.
Yep.
That's my kind
He's
of
always like, okay, first off, we got to figure out what's wrong with you. So tell me about your poops, what they like, how often, what's the quality. I need length, girth,
hardness.
ease of passage,
Any particular shapes, colors?
colors. All of these things are clues into your health. It's
I mean,
but-
technically, I think
I don't trust Dr. Oz for shit,
yeah.
but that is legitimate ways of thinking about your health.
Yeah.
Hey, Chad, shh, Oprah can hear you. Okay, she can always hear what you're saying.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh wait, is that the evil? Wait, is that Ana Lucia?
No,
No.
No, Ana
Ilana.
Lucia's dead already.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is Jacob's A1 number 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, I always think that when I see this.
She popped up for a hot second. Yeah. This
It's
is
like,
Ilana?
did they
I don't
recast Ana
remember.
Lucia?
Yeah.
She looks different.
Yeah.
I feel like they dressed them similarly. Dressed the characters similarly.
They kind of did.
Same color scheme. I feel like at least.
You know what? It's not that. I kind of like the smart-ass character that's like maybe on the bad guy team but has a gun and stuff.
Yeah.
Like one of these shows that I saw, Dexter.
Right.
Like I like that his sister cracks jokes.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that in Cop.
Yeah.
I like that cops
Right.
crack jokes.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's the thing that Michelle Rodriguez is always missing for me. I'm like, they need to make her funnier. She's just too grouchy. They need to give her more joke lines. You know what I mean? Like even Arnold had like good finisher lines, like "See you at the party."
You're fired, and it's just him shooting a guy off of a missile.
Yeah, with a missile.
Yeah. You know when I said I'd kill you last? I lied. Oh my
That's
god.
hilarious.
Oh, that movie Commando is an absolute gem.
It's great.
I can just watch the opening credits of that all day long.
I never seen it, and I just remember the opening. Isn't Alyssa Milano the daughter? In
Yeah, Alyssa Milano's the daughter.
Holy shit.
Dude, they have that, you know that guy from the Warriors with the scary face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's in that movie, and his face, they use the same mask and everything. He's got the
clinking
Same
box.
thing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's it. I think it's his real face.
Wow.
He has it in both movies, and it's terrifying.
That is crazy.
Should have played the
Do you
Joker.
guys know whether Commando 2 was supposed to be Die Hard or Die Hard 2 was Commando?
What? I never heard this.
Like, one of them was pitched as the sequel to the other.
I think Commando 2 was is what Die Hard 2 became.
Yeah.
I heard that the whole like Die Hard 2 thing with the airport, that was all just pasted on at the last minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I
That
think.
makes sense.
Dude, the best story I heard about, like, not accidental sequels, but I love that story about like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, because people nowadays are
What
like,
is the story behind that?
is that it was like when that Kazakhstan guy, Jeffrey Kazakhstan, it was the screenwriter on Raiders of the Lost Ark that worked with George Lucas and all those guys. Like he was like one of the real geniuses, but in their brainstorming sessions, right? They'd have all these crazy ideas. Be like, all right, what happens if Indiana Jones, like before he just jumps out of a plane at the last minute before it hits a mountain, and he lands on a life raft and goes skiing down a mountain in the life raft. It's like, oh, that was a cool idea. It's like, all right, what happens if like he's on a bridge and in order to escape he has to chop the bridge and ride the bridge to the other side?
Yeah.
Like, oh, good idea. But not all of these ideas made it into Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know, they kept the tank stuff, they kept the boulder chase, they got a lot of things in there, but there were all these ideas that didn't make it in, and that's what Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was. It was all the set pieces, it was all the crazy ideas that just didn't make it into Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's interesting. I didn't know that, because I know they're trying to build it up like one of those old school serials, right? That came back on TV. Like it was like, stay tuned or follow up what happens with our heroes.
But that's why, no Nazis in that one, right?
Right.
You know, it was, like I said, it was kind of like a different adventure, like Indiana Jones Adventures, and it worked, right? It's like all these things that like didn't fit in with that other storyline right?
Yeah.
Could be kind of like in this like weird catch-all sequel, you know? It's like Temple of Doom. Think of it like Super Mario 2.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is I love Super Mario 2, and I know it's like the most hated amongst all the Super Marios that came out on.
It's just
Yeah,
weird.
because it wasn't supposed to be a Super
Yeah,
Mario.
it's not really a Super Mario game.
What was it? What was
Doki
it?
Doki Panic 2 or
Doki
something.
Doki, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Oh.
Which, when you think about it, is a really terrifying name those Japanese came up with for a title. Because I think Toki Doki is it's a onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
For the sound of a heartbeat.
What? Interesting.
I think that's what Toki Doki is.
Yeah, and it was all set in this dream world, which was something that was unusual for the remake, like every other Super Mario game, which is all like jumping on your enemies, picking them up,
Right,
and all that
yeah.
shit. That was.
Yeah, but do you experience that when you play the game? Is it heartbeat panic?
No, I don't.
No.
I actually feel like 1 and 3 are more stressful than 2.
It's
2 is like it's frustrating at times, but it's fairly chill.
Yeah.
I tell you what, 2 is not good for. If you are a person who's terrified of being buried alive, 2 is a nightmare. Because there are some levels where you're asked to tunnel through sand. Probably the most terrifying of all tunneling mediums. If there is a type of underground I do not want to be tunneling through, it's sand.
Yeah, and 2 had they had that shadow mirror world, right, where you'd go into a room or you could go into a door and there'll be a dark mirror world on the other side that you can go and collect items and stuff like that. That was interesting, and it was also like bizarre because it felt a little different from the previous one that came before it.
Dude,
because it was a different game.
Yeah, even in the world of a dream, there was a light side and a dark side to it.
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's what I'm saying. Those game makers were going deep back then.
Yeah.
Take that, Hideo.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Yeah, he's not the only one who can be deep. You know what I mean? Everyone's like,
get out of here.
These games have the most amazing storyline.
Like, sir, your sniper scope is pretty dope. Like, no, also to Dream Mario. Yeah, that was weird. Well, how did that end? That ended with him waking from a dream too, right? I don't even remember.
It'd be crazy, as a maker of like fiction, if you built that into your storytelling as well, where it's like, you know how you have to like plug the controller into the second port, so that way just couldn't read your thoughts.
Yeah.
He could only read the thoughts of people on player 1 port.
Right.
For some reason, his brain was blocked off from the second player port.
My question about that boss fight is like, how are you supposed to win if you don't know that? Because like that's one of those things I knew from a friend, so I don't know what the other option is.
I don't know. You just have to like stop thinking with your mind and put the controller. I don't know. I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
Like, you think I thought, like, oh, I should change my controller when the words Hideo flash across the screen.
It's like, but yeah, it's like, oh, bro. You were watching that scene with Saeed crossing the street.
Yeah.
You were watching it full screen, bro.
Oh, murder.
Go back and watch it in window mode, and then you'll see that O'Doyle guy. He'll like, oh no, he's not an O'Doyle. He's a McCool.
That's on Ward Avenue.
Or no, he's the Man in Black. Dang it! All these shows use the same people.
Yeah.
That wasn't Jacob. That was Jacob. This whole episode is Jacob touching people right before something bad happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or after something.
Right
bad
after.
happens.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily right after. Like, it was all the way up until the funeral.
Yeah.
For Sawyer.
Yeah. So they were married.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing? This is real, right?
Yeah, this is real.
It's not a sideways thing.
I mean, it's as real as any work of fiction.
Yeah.
Wait, he got married to her in the real world. Why was she married to his brother in the sideways reality, which is something I can't
His true love was
seem to
Shannon,
remedy.
apparently.
Interesting. So like all that time that he spent with what's her name, Nadia?
Yeah.
It's just like bullshit.
Well, it was
No, I don't think it's
something.
necessarily bullshit.
Yeah.
Is every relationship that doesn't
Yeah.
result in your soulmate bullshit?
Right.
Fair.
You can still love her.
According to Shay, yes.
Alright.
It's like all that happiness you experienced before you met me, that didn't happen.
Oh, it's a good thing you finally met her. I would
No.
hate for you to have more happiness.
I basically, like, my life before Shay, I just didn't know how to interpret it until I met her. You know what I mean? I thought I was having good times and bad times. She's like, nope. It was
It was
just
just bad times.
It was
Yeah,
just
just-
misery till I arrived.
Just
And I'm
wandering
like,
alone in the dark.
Yeah.
Nah, it's fun. But yeah, it's like if you watch this show in windowed mode and you could see other things, that would be crazy.
Yeah. Remember that when DVDs first came out, and like that was a big thing that would have for special features, like you could see
Yeah.
scenes from different angles all at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Wait, did they have that on regular movies too?
I think so. On the DVDs, that's a special feature, and sometimes while you're watching it, like a thing would pop up on the screen, and you can hit the button, and then it would.
I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only
Seeing multiple
remember that
angles.
happening in porn.
I think porn figured out a way that made it interesting.
Yeah,
You know
I was
what?
like, oh, alternate angles. Okay.
if you had to be the camera in every show that you were watching, not in every show, but you know what I mean?
That's
Like-
a good ass question.
Like right now, like you could have just stayed in the room that they, you know what I mean, and not followed them,
Right.
and then maybe gone out the window and looked outside, and you're not seeing them do any of this.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
would that be too weird to have that much freedom?
Well, it's like a
Inside
video
playing
game.
Monopoly.
Yeah. You could do
That'd be
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
Just check out what books are on the bookshelf, and you just hear an
Yeah.
explosion outside, and you're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Oh man. Uh-oh, that guy's always up to no good.
Yeah,
I
man.
know.
I can come in at any point in the show and know that guy's trouble.
Right?
Don't listen to him. He's giving you bad instructions always.
This guy, you know what's crazy about like character actors that play characters like this? They're always like the nicest people when you ever hear them interview. Like,
True.
and like he's just like, yeah, I just got through donating for dogs that don't have legs, and I love children, and
They
like,
have
making,
to. Yeah, they have to be. Otherwise, no one would work with them, right? It's just like.
yeah, guaranteed.
It's just,
They're all like, oh, I just came from what you call making saltwater taffy.
dude.
And they're just like, oh, so what do you play in your next movie? Like, oh, I'm just a drug dealer rapist. I just rape a bunch of people.
Bro, that guy was going to like Ted's Bakery every morning before the filming of this show. He's like picking up like 20 pies.
No.
Hey everybody, what's
Say
up?
good morning, everybody.
Have some jalapeno cream.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
what I
Matthew
gotta
Fox
do?
is on the
I gotta
set trying to get
betray you
everybody to
again?
go skinny
Oh,
dipping.
Oh, you know this script. Just me
Yeah.
being evil all the time.
That's too much. That's so funny.
I mean, like, yeah, you got to do that, right? It's
Yeah.
like know your role on the team.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're a quarterback, I bet you got to hook up the linemen all the time with stuff. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, linemen, do you guys need cocaine? Do you need hookers? What do you guys need? I love this Dallas Cowboy team, and I want it to keep winning. What do you guys need? A house with people do hookers and cocaine? I'll
Let
make it
us help
happen.
you. Look, we get it. People like to judge. We don't do any of that. We're not judges. How much cocaine and hookers do you need delivered to the house?
How much more do you need to take us to the Super Bowl again? Because
Yeah.
this is a good run
Right.
we're on here.
What, to keep me from getting sacked so
Who do
many
you
times
think-
next week.
takes better care of the offensive line, the quarterback or the running back?
Oh, I mean, probably the quarterback, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying though too.
Yeah.
Because both of them owe a lot.
Yeah. I feel like running backs are like these trained machines in some way. Like,
Yeah.
I bet if I came up to like a retired running back and just held the football out, he would just like start moving forward and grab it. And just, you know what I mean? He
Oh,
wouldn't
that would
even-
be hilarious if like you're just walking by like Emmett Smith or something, and you could just slap the football right in his stomach.
right.
See
Yeah.
what he
Take
does.
it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Just
like,
barrels through a
it's
crowd of
trained.
people.
It's in his blood now. It's like they make those guys like the way they make them in Clockwork Orange.
It's all muscle memory.
Yeah.
It's like, don't take away my Mozart. Oh no, Beethoven. That's who he likes. He likes
Yeah.
Beethoven.
Wait, do we only get Bernard and Rose in season 5? Do we not see Bernard and Rose in season 6?
I don't
Do
know
we
if
see them on the
him.
plane at least?
Yeah, I think we see him
No,
on the flash
well,
sideways
yes,
in the plane.
We see Bernard and Rose on the plane, and I believe we also see them at one point when people are jumping around through time or whatever.
Oh right.
I don't think
and
they jump
doesn't
through
Rose,
time anymore, though.
own like a company?
I think this was
Like
it.
Rose. Oh, that's right. Rose
Oh.
owns like a staffing company in the sideways reality.
Yeah.
Not owns it, but she's trying to hook up Hurley with a not Hurley. Locke with a job.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
Something like
okay.
that.
Okay,
And
wait.
she works for.
I didn't realize that was Rose actually.
Do you
Like,
guys?
I was just thinking about the time when they got what's his name out of the well,
Oh.
Desmond.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
wait.
That's
season,
right. Yeah.
Season 5, right? Second to last.
So
Do
they
you
say
guys
Desmond.
remember if you guys saw Charlie at all this season?
Not in
we've seen
5.
I do not
Five.
recall seeing
I don't
Charlie
think
at
he's
all
in it.
today.
Not even like in a flashy whatever.
No,
I think he died in 4. No. Like he's gone in 4, and then like he's out for 5, and then comes
Yeah.
back in 6 to close out the story.
Right.
He dies at the
okay,
end of
but-
3 with the Not Penny's boat
But
thing.
I just
with the
couldn't
freighter.
I was like, was he just gone for season 5? Probably was, yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys don't remember him, then he definitely didn't appear. 'Cause
Yeah.
You just watched it today.
The
Yeah.
whole
That
thing.
feels like a week ago. This morning feels like a week.
Yeah.
But,
Definitely.
yeah. We did see Charlie, who is Penny and Desmond's son, who may have been played
Yeah.
by Dominic Monaghan because he's a small man.
I know it's trying to make them look like they lived on the island, but these are still really well groomed people.
I know.
Yeah.
And Harry, whatever his name
Right.
is.
Bernard, yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
You know-
like a Harry. He can pass for a Harry.
That style, it's not disheveled, it's layered. That's what that shit is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That guy's
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's a hip cut.
Like, he
Down
went
a pair
and
of
got
scissors.
himself
She's
a
been cutting his
Rachel.
hair.
And that's not a disheveled beard either, you know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
trimming it. You know?
Yeah. Like I think that's the makeup department going like, let's go ahead and get these beards on.
You know what it is? I think he wouldn't look that way if he was by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the way you look when you're married. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I gotta at least keep something together, otherwise this other person is gonna be freaking pissed.
Yeah.
So
Crazy. You know. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, what's in the oh I know it's in the box.
It's in the box.
What's in the
Gwyneth.
box?
It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Oh
I
man.
guess my sin was that
I think that's the interesting thing is like Brad Pitt knows that Morgan Freeman's correct, right?
Yeah.
It's
shouldn't
like-
look in the box.
Or not, or that he definitely shouldn't shoot him.
Yeah.
Or but he I don't know. It's just like he knows that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I think-
he knows it, but his wife
Intellectually,
said
he understands that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, it's his
Yeah.
wife's head in that box. What's he gonna do?
It's in that moment it's like it's not a real victory then, right? It's like
even if he didn't shoot the guy and he put him away, that's still not really a victory.
can you imagine if
Yeah.
in you know those risk games where you have the secret objective
Right.
which is so delightfully fun. I feel like what's his name, John Doe.
Yeah.
I feel like John Doe, his card, the second Brad Pitt shot him in the head, he would have flipped over his card, and his secret objective was get Brad Pitt to shoot you in the head.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, damn it, that was his secret objective.
That was the whole. It was here the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was playing that game where you decide if you travel through time and pick who kills you, and he decided on Brad Pitt.
and Brad Pitt was just like, oh, I thought I could win the game by shooting the guy who killed my wife. And it's like, no, Brad, I told you, look at your card. Don't just assume if you have the most points or the most countries at the end of the game you win. Sometimes you win by getting shot in the head.
Yeah. You can just put everything in Australia and assume that's going to win
Only
the game.
if the right person shoots him in the head.
Right.
It's like,
you know.
Hey, you don't. I blame Morgan Freeman actually.
Yeah, he should have done it. If he was a good friend, he would have done it.
Yeah, because here's the thing: if he knew Brad Pitt was if all he cared about was stopping Brad Pitt from killing Kevin Spacey, he could have killed Kevin Spacey himself.
He should have done it.
Huh.
You're
I never
right.
thought of that. I never thought of that.
Chad. Sweet genius Chad. How I've seen that scene a dozen. I have never thought about it that way.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, and I watch that scene like once a week.
Should have iced him.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been the hero. Then you're right. That was his failure.
If that would have been the only way to quote unquote win.
Yeah. That would have been the
I
win.
don't think that there was a winning scenario there for anyone
Right.
who wasn't Kevin Spacey, because Kevin Spacey had the most psycho fucking goal, where he's just like, all I want to do is get this one dude to kill me. Like, I just want to make him so angry that he kills me.
Yeah, he had a plan. See, I heard an episode, a podcast recently where Luis Scott Vargas, pro Magic the Gathering player extraordinaire, he talks about that. He's just like, so many times you're playing against someone in a game and they don't actually have a plan. Like, they're playing the game, they want to do good, but if you ask them, like, why'd you do that? They're like, I don't know.
Just trying to win, kind of. Yeah. So they're burning down Jacob's cabin in this scene.
Oh, yeah.
Next to this big old tree, and it's very clearly a real fire. This isn't CGI, and a big chunk of this tree is now on fire, and that's always bothered me.
That is so weird. Like,
I think it's one of those things you didn't expect it to get that big.
Yeah, like that time I made a torch.
But they're like, look, we can only shoot this once, so
nothing we can do about it now.
Put out the fire, so
that's crazy.
You think it's not CGI?
No, that's definitely really fire.
Pretty real.
Yeah.
It was so high.
Like, think about how the sub looked.
So by the time they're getting here, it's been like what, like 3 years? How long has it been since they've been here?
3 years. 3 years and some change, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's like a couple months and whatever.
This is another weird thing about this season that always tripped me out, is like, when you think about the time that happens in other seasons versus how much time passes in season 5. It's definitely the most, right?
Yeah. I mean, season 4 is like 2 days or something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of the shortest seasons.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's 17 episodes.
But season 5 is the opposite. It's just like, oh man, this bitch takes forever.
Season 5 is like a day?
Season 5?
Or not 5,
so.
I'm sorry, 6. 6 is in one day, right?
I think it might be.
I don't know.
So hard to tell.
I only watched the
very
last 3
short
episodes.
period of time. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I don't remember the people walking across the island ever like packing it in for the night.
Right. I think maybe they spend the night in the temple at one point, so maybe 2 days, but definitely
maybe 2 days. Yeah.
definitely a couple of days.
4 was fast. 6 was fast. 5 is over a number of years.
Yeah.
Right.
It's longer.
Well,
it covers more space.
that's what I mean. Yeah. You look at them from the time when they're on the island to the time they leave, they're like what, 8 months or 7 months or something?
Something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like 100 something days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so they
3 or 4
come
months.
back. Does that account for the 3 years they spent in the 70s when they come back? Not really, right? Like,
Yeah,
because
because
just
the
picks up.
Oceanic 6 are back at home for about 3 years. I think it's
That's right.
Yeah,
1-to-1 that way.
Yeah, right. So yeah, there's just a lot of just general time passage, and then like once he's like, yeah, man, Locke's back, then it like starts to ramp up again.
Yeah.
Right. It's like Big Trouble in Little China, that intro scene where he just goes like magic starts small and then it gets bigger.
Yeah.
Where you just with that little electric. Weird reference. But you guys get it.
Dude, that guy James Hong or whatever his
Yeah.
name was.
James Hong, holy shit.
Dude, he would do that
Low
like
pan.
when he do that like creepy laugh, like what? Like it's like, oh my god,
Yeah, as the
Please.
old man.
please, old man, do not ever touch me. Oh, like that guy.
All that light emitting from him in the movie, it was fucking dope.
Yeah,
That
that's
movie is
crazy.
so good.
All that
Skin he
rotoscoping.
had when he was in his old form, you're just like, oh my
That's
god,
Michael Carpenter, right? The whole movie is Michael Carpenter, right?
John Carpenter. Yeah.
John Carpenter,
Carpenter.
yeah.
I don't know who the fuck Michael Carpenter is,
Dude.
Oh, I
but
think it's
John
his son.
Carpenter.
That guy's skin, like you remember in like Gold, you remember in Gold Member,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where, like he
He's
was
eating
like,
his skin flakes.
I feel like him and Lopan from Big Trouble, they could have like a contest, and he's like, oh, you think that's crazy? Watch this one. And
Yeah,
he would like
yeah.
eat some giant one from his skull and be like, oh, Lopan, you're
Yeah.
repulsive. I can't stand you.
I heard that. Aren't they rebooting that too? Oh, this is a dry shaft ring.
Yeah,
Aren't they rebooting
that
Big Trouble
actually
in Little China?
is a ring from the late 1800s for Dexter Stratton or something.
Oh, not
That has
Dax
it.
Shepard. Wait, what was
Yeah.
it?
Has it?
It's Charlie's grandpa's or great grandpa's ring, and his,
Oh, right,
his
right,
initials were
right.
DS, and that's the kind of
His
ring he
DS.
wore.
Yeah, back in the 1800s.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, okay. More ring stuff.
Yeah, this is just the way that Jacob touches them.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
I think it'd be great if, like, stylistically, every time they went to just Sun and Jin, right? It was shot in like the style of like a Korean soap opera. You know what I mean? With the music and the camera sweeps and everything
Yeah.
just built in. You know how in like soap operas they always repeat over and over and over again, like the story
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
every time. It's just,
I think Lost could
Yeah.
go for a little bit more of that. We'd be happy with that.
this is
That
great.
is interesting.
Yeah.
It's a full-on wedding.
Weddings are getting less formal nowadays.
Oh, interestingly, yeah.
It's I'm noticing more and more you can kind of like they're pretty casual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
it depends
however
on
you
who's
want.
throwing it.
Yeah.
Like they're still very formal weddings. I think that you just don't have very formal friends.
Yeah, that's true. I've never had to go to like a wedding where they're like, you need to wrap yourself in this garb and wear this sort of fur on your head and wear this, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
like a traditional, like
Mhm.
some kind of ceremonial garb. I've never had to wear like maybe a suit at the most.
I've never been required to
Yeah.
wear a suit at a wedding. I've always volunteered to do so.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. But
Yeah.
even then, later on when you're dancing, you can take the jacket. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's good though. We should keep that kind of stuff because like one thing that really scares me about the Dharma project is everybody wearing the onesies.
Yeah.
Like
Just
that's how yeah.
The one jumpsuit.
Yeah. It's very cult-like.
Now, why do you dislike jumpsuits?